the negative side of it.
It's expensive.
Okay.
Or
I'll call it negative, I guess. It's not a nice word. Expensive.
I didn't like the food.
Okay, the food, what didn't you like about it?
I'm just not like a big burger and fries kind of person.
Okay, so it just wasn't your... Okay, so it wasn't your type. Do you find that happens a lot? Do your friends will just go to a restaurant because you're going, but they won't necessarily order something? Have you seen that with this place? People just go because it's like a hangout?
Yeah, they'll just go for the experience. But they won't wait. I don't know. If they order something, it's something cheap.
Okay, so, okay, I get what you're saying, but I'm not going to write that long thing down. Okay, so the food.
They take too long sometimes.
Okay, so take too long. Well, yeah.
One thing I've noticed is it's not like there's tables, but there's not a real comfortable place to sit.
Okay.
It's like you might find in a regular restaurant.
So not comfortable, nowhere to sit. Yeah.
I thought it was like, I went, first time I went, the only time I went, was just for the experience because everyone was talking about it. And I went, I experienced it, and I was like, the food wasn't anything special, there's nothing unique about it. And I was like, I already experienced it, why would I go back?
Okay. So not really a unique menu.
Yeah, and the scene's different. Like, I'm married. I don't know why I would go hang out at Sammy's. It's kind of weird.
So do you guys consider this more of a single student hangout spot? Yeah. How many of you are married? Just two? Oh, really? Okay. So known as a, can I write this here? Single hangout spot? Okay. So if you've experienced it once, you probably don't need to again.
Same thing for me with the taco bus. Like, I ate there once. I was like, yeah, crappy Mexican food. I ate inside of a bus, but I don't know why I'd go back.
Okay.
I experienced it. I don't need to experience it again.
Okay. Is there anything else that we can add to this list? Okay, I'm going to kind of break these down a little bit. Let's first, a lot of you mentioned, or a few of you mentioned the food. So let's specifically talk about that. You mentioned you don't like the food in general, so like the type of food. So you don't care for the food type. What about their food, though, that those who have ate it, what don't you like about it?
Their burgers are actually kind of dry. They're really not that good.
Okay, some dry burgers. Anything else? No? Okay, let's talk about then the atmosphere, the place in general. When you walk in, what sort of vibe do you get from the place?
It's a diner feel.
Diner? Okay. Diner feel. What else? Yeah.
I think kind of like what Greg was saying, if you're not there like for the music, it's not really like a comfortable place to stay for a long time.
Okay.
Like you can't like sink in a booth or like it just feels kind of weird.
Okay, so do you find yourself staying there for a short period of time? Yeah, kind of, maybe? Medium? Average? But not a long time. So you guys wouldn't stay there all night? Okay.
It depends on the occasion, though, because I know my friends, like, we'll go, like, after Latin dance, because it gets done, like, around 11.
Okay.
And then we'll have the after party there for, like, 30 minutes. So we'll stay there as long as we can. Not only do we dance, but we're also, like, buying food or whatever it is that we do.
Okay. How long is it open?
It stays open until curfew.
Okay. So is that's obviously a plus that it's open that long? Would we all agree that that's a good thing? So open late. Okay, so we talked about a negative side of the atmosphere is that it's not really comfortable. Is there anything else when you walk in that you're just like, yeah?
This might sound contradictory, but it is actually when you walk in, the vibe, as far as talking about the vibe,
Yeah.
it is comfortable.
Okay.
Like, it's very casual.
Okay,
And
so that's a
and
plus.
you can be yourself. People are very okay going, wearing whatever they want, and being themselves, as opposed to maybe a nicer place, or, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm gonna contradict that. Sorry. I feel like it's like when you walk into a high school party and everybody's like, "Why are you here?" Sometimes.
Okay.
Because like everybody's like, if you don't find two stools next to each other, it's kind of like a weird, like where do you sit, and then it's like awkward to order, and
Okay. Do you feel like it
because
kind
it's
of?
like a younger single vibe, like people go in groups, and then it's not so comfortable to just go find a booth. I think it's like open season kind of thing.
Okay. Do you feel like Sammy's kind of targets towards a specific type of person?
Like hipsters.
Hipsters?
Maybe. I only went twice, but
Does-
I remember feeling kind of weird, like the second time I went.
Okay. Does anyone agree with that? They kind of market themselves towards hipster group? You kind of look like
I
you're
don't know,
going to disagree.
I just felt kind of weird, like, sitting wise, if there's like a bunch of people up at the counter, there really is nowhere to sit, and
Mhm.
especially in that back room where you're just like standing, and people stand there for like 30 minutes, 20 minutes waiting for their food. It's kind of weird.
Okay. Yeah, so it kind of sounds like we all think it's not very comfortable. But going back to what you said, do you guys think that they target, do you agree or disagree that they target towards this type of person?
Yeah.
A hipster group?
I would-
Does anyone disagree with that? Or what other groups of people do you think that they market themselves to?
Single.
Single?
I think the only reason Sammy's, so someone asked me this, they're like, go write a review for me on why Sammy's like goes, I don't know, is good here in Rexburg, and
Mhm.
the only reason why is because it's a college town.
Okay.
I don't think it would survive outside of a college town.
Okay, so you think it is just marketed to the college students, and then these groups of students kind of fit within that segment? Okay, so college. Does it kind of gives off that college town diner, I guess? Okay. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so tell me about Sammy's right now. If you were to go in there today, what would you see? If you were to walk in. All of
Bar
this?
with stools and
Okay.
the kitchen.
Yeah, I mean, even that,
And
like
then
that, yeah, tell me.
artwork and a bunch of windows.
Okay, so what you see.
I think the biggest-
Who's been there? Has anyone been there recently?
They're actually remodeling right now.
Okay, I haven't.
What they
been
used,
really
what they just barely were, yeah.
So they're remodeling, but you see the bar, everything. Okay. What else?
Have that big menu with all the shades and stuff on it.
Big menu. Okay.
I haven't been in a while, but last time I was there, they had that thing where you could write your name with Sharpie on the wall.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's still there now.
Okay, so you've been in there recently, so what all have you seen?
Right as you walk in, there's a big doorway up to the other room,
Okay.
the music concert.
Does it kind of connect them together a little bit better, or no?
How do you mean?
Like, you said there's a doorway now. What was there before?
Oh, sorry, there's a doorway, so just like a big opening.
Oh, okay. Was that always there?
Okay.
Okay. Into the other room. Okay. Okay. What associations do you think of now when I say the word Zeeks?
Sammy's.
What'd you say?
You think Sammy's?
Say that again.
Zeeks.
I'm drawing a blank here.
So you've never been to Zeeks? Okay, I'm gonna ask you to not say anything for a minute. Okay. So you've never been to Zeeks? You've never heard of it? Okay. How many have never heard of it? Okay. How many that have heard of it? What do you know about it?
It's the same thing as Sammy's.
Okay. So I'm going to say the same thing. So did you guys know that Sammy's is turning into Zeeks? Okay. Some of you did. Some of you didn't. Oh, I just lost my page. Sorry. Okay. How many have a MacBook? Why did this happen? Oh, just kidding. Okay. Okay, so what associations then do you think of when I say Zeeks? Going back to that question. Are you just going to associate all this that we've talked about, or what do you think?
I think weird name,
Okay.
knockoff.
Knockoff? Why do you say that?
It's like not the original,
Okay.
but they're trying to be, kind of.
Okay. So not the original. They're trying to be Sammy's.
Just from, oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead. Go ahead.
Just
You
from
got
what
it.
I've heard, because I have a lot of friends that work there, they treat their employees way better than they did at Sammy's.
Okay.
Like Sammy's, they would never get paid. Like, there would just be like 6 months that would go by and they wouldn't get paid.
Really?
So,
That's
yeah.
what I heard too. The ownership for Sammy's, that's why it changed.
Yeah.
It'll be like.
And so
the
there was like a
owners.
lot of
Okay, so
like
the
legal
ownership
issues,
changed.
but I've heard that it's a lot better. So that's, I would like trust it more, you know?
More trust in the company. Okay. Is someone else gonna say something?
Zeke's honestly makes me think of like something you'd name a lizard or something.
Okay.
I'll be honest.
That's true.
I was thinking of like the nerdy kid in high school, we call
I
him
think
Zeke
like
the Geek.
Steve Urkel when I was
Zeke the
Geek.
Okay, so
Yeah,
geeky.
Steve Urkel.
Okay. Okay, so I mean most of you had never or didn't know that Sammy's was turning into Zeke's, so okay, so how many of you have been there? So it's just you who has been there recently, right?
Well, most of
Or
the
has someone else?
How recently you were talking? I wonder.
I'm
a couple
talking
months ago when
within-
it was Zeke's.
And it was Zeke's. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's what I mean. In the
Okay.
past like 3 months, let's say, has anyone been there? Okay, so did you know when you walked in the door that it was Zeke's?
I did not.
So you thought it was still Sammy's?
Yeah, I did.
So, okay. And then, did you see anything that would kind of differentiate it between?
Well, I saw that they did their employee board a lot differently, and I think that's when I realized that it was Zeke's instead of Sammy's.
So the employee board was different. Did you see a sign for Zeke?
I don't remember seeing a sign now.
Their menu board had changed.
Their venue
Sorry.
menu board had changed. Gonna have to erase some of this. Okay. So now that you guys know that this is transitioning, it is still transitioning into Zeke's. What would you guys? I mean, we talked a lot about both the good things and the bad things about Sammy's. But what changes, I guess, would you want to see in Sammy's while it's becoming Zeke's that would make you go back again? Yeah, Skylar.
Like a specialty food, maybe.
Okay.
Good, I don't know.
So something that they focus on. Do they have a focus right now?
I don't know.
Actually,
I guess burgers and shakes, but everybody said they're not very good. So we
So maybe like the
focus,
quality.
yeah, focus on the quality
Okay.
of one thing. Maybe make the menu smaller, so you know. I don't know.
Menu and food items. So better quality. Sorry if you can't read my handwriting. Okay, so what else? What other changes would you make? If I were to say, okay, you guys, or you individually, you are gonna come up with this whole new design for Zeke's, and here you go. Tell me what it is.
It's already kind of in an old building and then like on top of it hipster, so it sometimes feels a little bit less clean than it should.
Okay, so cleanliness, so
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know, yeah.
clean it.
Just, I don't know if it's dirty, it just seems a little bit, old.
Okay,
So they might need to try a little bit harder
So-
to make it look more clean.
update some things.
Yeah.
Okay, so update. Is there something in particular that you can think of there that you're like, oh, that looks a
For
little
some reason,
grungy?
like the bar stools and, I don't know, the walls,
Bar
which is really
stools,
weird, but that's what's coming to mind.
the walls. Anyone? Yeah.
I think going along with that, like Sammy's kind of had this feel of like being kind of like, to me, like run down, like not very nice.
Okay.
So I don't know like what
So-
could change that. Maybe like lighting
Okay. So new lighting.
and kind of like what Lisa was saying, like the
Color,
walls.
like has a lot. You walk in, it's like this white, nasty white color.
Okay. So kind of walking in and just making it feel like it's like a fresh uplift, I guess, or like a facelift. Yeah. Okay. So we'll call it a facelift. Okay. What else?
I just have like a kind of like a comment. So if we're like focusing on college students and like figuring out who they're focusing on.
Mhm.
I think the changes need to be